Okay,
Yeah, I
we're
was
live.
about to do
We're
an
live
intro.
now. We're live now.
Okay, hey
Uh,
everybody, it's
what's up?
EricVierthaler92,
Yes.
and we have been meaning to do this. We've been meaning to do this for a while, but it's just that because I've been in the middle of moving, I just haven't had time to do it with him. But now that I have some spare time, we can finally talk spoilers about Endgame.
Yes.
And so,
Oh,
warning: if you have not seen the movie,
this is
you know,
spoilers.
we'll be talking about spoilers. So go out and watch the movie. you know, uh, try and be one of those people like who will have this, make more money than Avatar. It's so close. It just needs to make around 300 million more dollars. Then it could beat Avatar.
Let's all of us go watch the movie again,
Right.
just so we can
So,
pass Avatar.
anyways, you said that you didn't like it as much as me. What were some of your reasons again?
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as Infinity War. I had some issues. Well, I don't know if how you want to start off. Do you want to start off like how the beginning of the movie? Okay, my main issue was a lot with Captain Marvel too. I felt like they gave her not much to do in this movie. What was your thoughts about Captain Marvel?
A small nitpick. I
Yeah,
mean, her haircut. I mean, it looks
and
nice, but it's like I think what happened was that Brie Larson probably got a haircut in real life, and so
yeah,
then they probably were forced to write into the script. But not that that really mattered, but it just kind of felt, I guess, odd. But not that it really
everybody.
mattered. But yeah, I do understand your point. But at the same time, though, I also kind of thought that that made it that much more cooler when,
Yeah,
like, that she came back at around like the very end.
yeah. It seems everybody had an issue with her haircut. Like I've heard so much about this. My issue was more with her screen time and
Well, yeah,
how
I
she.
mean, like I said, her haircut's only a very minor thing.
Yeah,
But yeah, her screen time, yeah. I was expecting a lot more of her in the movie.
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was expecting more from her. Especially since the last movie, the buildup was Nick Fury calls her, and then he disappears. And so I thought she was going to be more important in this movie, but I felt like she was
Right.
not as important.
Right, yeah. And from what I've heard about the behind the scenes is like that she actually pissed a lot of people off, a lot like that. She actually pissed a lot of the actors off. Like I heard that she made Chris Hemsworth mad and I'm trying to remember who else, but yeah, just I've heard like that she's kind of hard to I've heard that she's kind of a pain in the ass to work with.
Well, one thing is that she's won an Oscar, and I don't know. I heard that sometimes those type of people are hard to work with. So,
Yeah, I
there is
mean,
some-
but yeah, but I mean, even though she wasn't in the movie a whole lot, at like I said, we got to see her, actually put up a pretty good fight with Thanos.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that was one minor issue that I had, but I kind of felt like that all the other stuff kind of made up for it. What were some of your other problems with it?
okay, so the time stuff. It really, I have more questions now than answers with the time travel. I felt like it wasn't done as good as it could have been done. How did you feel about the time travel in this movie?
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised that they went the time travel route because that really was one of the only ways how they could have done it. How they could have beat Thanos, or I thought. But I mean, it was kind of cool. I like to, go back to some of the older movies, like going back to the first Avengers, which actually led to a pretty funny joke, and like where we see like the Hulk in 2012, being all, angry and whatnot, and being all very vocal. But
Right.
then when he saw Hulk in, like the 2019 Hulk, he's like, yeah, roar, I guess. So that was pretty funny, and it's
Yeah.
because of the time travels why that we actually got Gamora back, and it's actually interesting now. It's
But they
because
don't
that
have,
it's the Gamora from the
yeah.
past, and then therefore Chris Pratt has to gain the chemistry back, which makes it interesting. I mean, granted, the unfortunate thing about time travel, it's always going to leave questions,
Yeah. What's up,
and I think that they
Damien?
did the best that they could.
Yeah. What's up, Damien? The only problem I had also was the with that Gamora though is they don't have the connection, so now they're gonna have to go through all that again in the next Guardians film. Um, what do you think about that? That like it's a whole nother Gamora. I mean, that was a pretty funny scene when she kicked him in the nuts. That was hilarious. But in
It
terms
was
of the
funny,
next,
and you know, I am sure that they really, really are gonna play up on that in the Guardians 3. And granted, we probably won't see them go through like the exact same things from from like Guardians 2, where we're probably not going to get that. I mean, he probably will gain it back in a different way,
yeah,
or maybe he won't even gain it back at all, just to make it more interesting.
right, right.
But yeah, I actually am kind of surprised that they brought back Gamora, but
Oh,
maybe it was already planned. It's because that these were
yeah,
filmed like back to back.
yeah, coming. Yeah, I heard the question with the thing that was kind of weird was that they killed Thanos in the beginning. What was your thoughts?
Right, yeah.
What was your thoughts on that? The fact that they did
That
that.
really surprised me. At first, I was starting to think, okay, so is Thanos not even the main villain anymore? If so, then who's the main villain?
Yeah,
And then it made sense like that, Thanos from 2014 figured out what they were doing. But it's just
yeah,
that, that was one of the things that I loved about Endgame is the fact like that it played with their expectations. It's because if the film would have been too predictable, then of course it would have been boring and it wouldn't have been entertaining. So, and one of the funny thing is, somebody actually like made like a little spoof video of like Thanos after Infinity War, like where he pretty much was like Shrek, pretty much like they photoshopped Thanos' face onto Shrek's, body, and they're all saying, "Oh, Thanos was just chilling after, after Infinity War," which is actually funny because they actually predicted that.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I was really shocked that they killed Thanos. I didn't like it at first because they made him seem kind of weak. Uh, Damien says he thought Gamora would come, revive, and sacrifice her life to kill Thanos because she did say she wants to kill Thanos herself. I did not
I also
see.
can't.
I did not see Gamora trying to kill Thanos. The person I thought that was going to kill Thanos was Hulk, and the reason was
I did
because,
too. But it
huh?
also makes sense that it was Thor. It's because that it's because the fact that Thor really blamed himself for why Thanos won. It's because the fact that he didn't
Oh yeah, because
go
he
for
missed the head. You go for the head, yeah. And that's a great callback in this film where they, talk about that.
Mhm. And what did you think of Thor being? What did you think of Fat Thor?
Oh, I thought that was the best part. Like he was so funny, and he stayed fat throughout the whole film, which shocked me because I thought there was going to be like a montage of him like getting, fit,
Right.
but it never
Well,
happened.
from my understanding, the reason why the Russo brothers did that, it was because the fact that, it was because they were supposed to represent, depression. It's because that, a lot of times, like when people get depressed, they actually do eat a lot more than necessary, and they also do drink a lot, which is what we saw in
Yeah,
Avengers Endgame.
but the fact that they were playing that game, what is it called again? They're playing an online game that is very popular nowadays. That I don't play.
Yeah, I forgot its name.
Yeah, but I just thought that was really funny and how they incorporated that.
It was
That's what I
funny,
love
and
about
I
these movies.
totally was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, I love that they put like these like stuff that is relevant to us today into the movies. Ant-Man was
Right.
funny. Yeah, Ant-Man was funny. I thought it was great. Ant-Man was. That's what I love that
And
they did
what's
that.
funny, and what's funny is to think that the whole universe got saved pretty much all because of like that one rat on like that one machine thing, and like what Ant-Man
Yeah,
came out of. And
Ant-Man.
so
They actually needed Ant-Man a lot because he had the time travel machine kind of thing.
right, and so and then therefore, if it wasn't for like that rat, they wouldn't have had Ant-Man, and so and then so I guess you could say that the real hero like was that rat.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a
Uh,
pretty funny thought.
yeah, but going back to the Thanos thing, killing him in the beginning really shocked me. Like you said, I had no idea that they were gonna like continue with him as the villain. I thought what you were thinking they were gonna create a new villain because I thought that I know it's Endgame, but I thought they were going to create a new villain for the next Avengers phase.
Right. That was what I was starting to think. I was like, whoa, this is kind of a gutsy thing for them to do. Like, kill off Thanos this fast. I totally wasn't expecting that. I thought, and I started to question, okay, how's the rest of the movie going to play out? But it wasn't until that part where Thanos figured it out what they were doing. I was like, oh shit, he knows.
Well, yeah, this guy brought up a great point about Thanos. He says, I wish they didn't kill Thanos because I feel like they could have used Thanos as an ally in the future if something bigger came and the Avengers could use his help. But do you really think Thanos would help them out? That's the only thing.
I really don't think that he
would.
I
think
mean,
just
it's
betrayed them at the end. But that could be a good point in a way if they could somehow get him to the good side. I mean, they were able to convince Loki, but that's a little different in a way.
I mean, maybe they would convince Thanos, like, if they gave him a lot of
cupcakes or something. I think the only way they could convince Thanos is like, if you don't help us out, you're gonna die too. So I guess that's the only way I could see that.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only way how they would have done it. Or if they would have made some sort of deal with him. But I mean, knowing that he's not gonna screw them over because Thanos would.
Right.
And what were some of the questions that you had about the time travel thing? Since you said they had some questions about
that. So this is a big question. This comes more towards the end of the film. So with Brandon, with Steve Rogers, when he's Captain America, he goes back and he gets rid of the glove, and I'm fine with that. But what I have a question is, if he just lives his life as a normal human being, does that affect the stuff that Captain America did? That was
you mean like all the stuff that he did in the past, like during the events of Winter Soldier and so.
All that stuff, yeah. Wouldn't that affect it because he's not Captain America?
I never thought of it that way. It's just that when I saw like the whole thing with the ending with him being happy with Peggy, I just thought that was just so touching, and I thought it was like the perfect way to end his arc is because of how much he missed Peggy. I never thought of it that way. I mean, that is a very good point.
It is a good point, and it's something I brought up many times, and not many people can really answer it. I guess because they just, they were just happy that there's a new Captain America. What did you think of the guy who was chosen as the new Captain America? I was kind of upset that it wasn't Bucky, but Falcon was Captain America in the
comics. So I think that what they might try to explain, that maybe in Winter Soldier it was just an alternative universe. Captain America. I think that's probably how they're going to explain it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Since that they already did show like that there are alternative universes.
I'll be right back, Eric. Talk to the chat.
Okay, so I'll just do all the talking. Okay, so a lot of people were thinking that it was going to be Winter Soldier who was going to be the new Captain America. I mean, I can understand that. I could definitely see that happening. But it's just that, they probably want to base it off of the comics, like what we said, have it be Falcon. But yet, so from my understanding that they're doing like a Falcon and Winter Soldier movie, and I don't know if it's going to theaters or if it's just going to be like a streaming show. But, I just kind of thought maybe that they don't want to call it Captain America just to try not to confuse people. But I mean, since he is the new Captain America, maybe,
what I missed.
I was just talking about how like that they introduced how like that they're going to be doing that Falcon and Winter Soldier movie.
Oh yeah.
Theaters or if that's going to Netflix or their not
Netflix.
Netflix, Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, yeah, they're gonna. So what they're doing is a lot of the shows that were on Netflix, they're gonna put on Disney Plus, their own streaming service, which I believe is gonna be like start off with $5 a month. It's not bad, but
yeah, I can see that, and they're also gonna have all the seasons of the Simpsons on there since they now own 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have every Disney movie on there, like Lion King, Aladdin.
We'll get to that. But
Yeah, we will later. But let's
yeah,
finish Avengers
still
Endgame.
talk about
So,
Avengers here. Hey Taylor, what's up? We're talking Avengers right now. Oh,
how did you feel about what they did with Hulk in the new movie?
this is the thing. Okay, people are gonna. I love the Hulk that they did with this movie, but I kind of wanted to see the Raging Hulk at some point. You know, I wanted to see.
I did too.
I wanted to see
But I
him
mean,
kick
we
Thanos' ass, and we never got that because if you remember in the last movie, he got his ass kicked by Thanos. So
mhm.
yeah.
But we kind of sort of did like when, okay, spoiler, like when Black Widow died and then he
Oh
chopped
my
the chair. It was because of how they hinted at in Age of Ultron, like that those two could have had like romantic feelings for one another.
yeah.
And I actually am pretty surprised by the fact like that those two actually never ended up becoming a couple.
Right, right.
But yeah, so I mean, it does suck that we never really got to see Hulk and Thanos really go at it with
No,
any
and
kind
they
of legit
do. That's
fight.
the problem. Is that in the comics they do fight each other. This and so Damien says Dr. Hulk was lame. I don't think he was lame. I get what they were going for. I just wanted him to fight more. Like that's Hulk. Hulk is not just a scientist.
I think that what they could have done, I think that they could have at least had him really Hulk out at the very end. You know, like what like that whole end battle.
We
I
oh
think
yeah,
that
we love Fat Thor.
I think that they could have had it there. If they
You could
had
have
to have
what?
had it at any part of the movie, I think that would have been pretty reasonable if you ask me.
What would have been pretty reasonable? I didn't hear that part.
I was saying that how I think that a reasonable spot like to put Hulk, you know, hulking out on Thanos and having a legit fight, it probably would have been at like the very, very end battle scene.
That's what I was expecting. I was expecting that. And I was expecting also like they brought back a lot of the Avengers, but we didn't see them really fight either that much that I thought we were gonna see. The end battle scene was very short. I felt like it should have been longer. Captain Marvel comes to save the day, and like I don't know, man. There was some things I had that I really didn't like, and like when I explained the Captain America thing, when he goes back to the past, you know, how is it that all his stuff is not undone? I don't understand this.
I mean, like I said, it could just be like that. They could just explain that it's an alternate universe, but that's the thing about time travel. It can make things kind of confusing.
I mean, that was one of the best things in this movie was when they were talking about Back to the Future and all those movies.
Right.
But they themselves kind of made some mistakes, in my opinion. Like with that, I said, I just really would have. I don't know. I didn't think he should. I think he should have just handed it off to him without doing that. I didn't care about the Peggy Carter thing. Like it was just done like very last minute. I felt and rushed. You know, I don't know. What do you think, Eric, about that?
I do kind of feel like they've been leading up to that, in the sense that you know they were a thing in the first Avenger, and you know, and then she died in Winter Soldier, and then I do think that maybe it's something that I mean I'm pretty sure that they were building up to it, but I can understand you know why you would feel that way. It's
Yeah.
but
Also, uh-huh.
but it's just that you know since that this is Chris Evans' last movie, and they kind of thought that hey, since it is his last movie, you know, we should probably end it on like a really good note for his character, and
Yeah.
you know, and it makes sense that out of all ways to end his character like that, it would call back to the first Captain America, and that it would be about Peggy.
Also, yeah, no, I get that, but what bothers me is this. This is separate from that, but they spent like Taylor S said she wants more Black Panther. I wish they would have had brought the people back sooner, so we could have saw a longer fight. What do you think about that, Eric? Because I felt like the last battle was pretty rushed and pretty quick.
Oh, I mean, granted, the movie was 3 hours, and you know, and they had to, you know, have everything else be set up in the plot with all the time travel and getting the stones and
Yeah, but
all that. So, I mean,
What's that blue
I'm
girl's
okay
name?
with it,
What's
but
that blue? What's Gamora's sister's name? I forgot her name now for some reason.
I forgot her name, but
She
the
was so
one thing I
annoying in
was
this
really
film.
happy about, the one thing I was really happy about is that they actually had the iconic line Avengers Assemble.
Oh, of course, that had to happen because
They
in
finally
Age of
said it.
Ultron, Nebula, that's her name. Thank you, Taylor S. Nebula was so annoying in this film, and I felt like they spent too much time with Thanos searching Nebula's mind and all that kind of stuff. I did like that there were two Nebulas, though. I did like that, like one evil one and one good one. I like that. That was cool.
But at the same time, though, it makes sense that it was because of her, like, was why that Thanos found out what they were doing, and so then that way, like, that they could have a villain.
Yeah, but like I feel like Thanos could figure out another way. I
don't know how else he. I don't know how else he could though. Like maybe.
I don't know. He sees like two Gamoras and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" or something.
Right.
I don't know. No, I agree.
Like,
with you.
hey.
It's the fact that he spent a lot of time with the Nebula thing. Like, if they could have rushed that and gave us more, because the end battle was supposed to be epic, and I felt like it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it was rushed. I don't think this is the last Avengers movie for him because I think
last movie for who?
He said he's coming to Avengers with Fantastic Four. That has not been confirmed yet, Damien.
Yeah, I actually was gonna say I actually thought that was confirmed about like the X-Men.
No, I know that is confirmed, but I'm saying the fact that Chris Evans is gonna play the Human Torch. I didn't.
Definitely not. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, I can guarantee that.
Why would he leave Captain America for that role?
Yeah, and especially over a movie that nobody even liked.
Yeah. What's up, Zane Winder? We're just talking.
And it's funny. It was because the Fantastic Four was why people thought that he wasn't right for Captain America.
Yeah. I didn't like Falcon taking the ring. I really wanted it to be Bucky, man. I really wanted it to be Bucky.
I understand that, but I mean, they are trying to follow the comics.
But who goes? Wait, who's Captain America after Captain America? Is it Bucky or is it Falcon? How's it go? I don't know the real comic order that way.
All that I can remember is that once Steve Rogers died in the comics, then it was Falcon who took over. And I'm not sure.
Honestly, Falcon has been so forgettable in these movies. He's had no role. The most important role was
Maybe it's finally a chance for him to shine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what they did. Was like Bucky's had his time in the sun, so they're like, we got to give Falcon away, and I guess that's why they passed the torch to him.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it because it gives his character a time to grow.
Wait, Eric, I have to get your thought on this. David says, "What about the fact that he's gonna play Human? That he was perfect playing Human Torch, but like we said, and I think Eric and I agree on this, is I would rather be Captain America than the Human Torch."
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, enough has been said about the 2005 Fantastic Four and its sequel.
Yeah, oh my God, right about that.
Reboot.
2005 is not even that bad. The reboot is like, what?
I mean, both are pretty bad, but if I had to pick one, I would way rather watch the 2005 one any day.
Yeah, at least it's got Chris Evans and it's got like some other people that I like.
But the reboot they did, man, that one's notorious for being one of the worst comic book movies of all time. It's sad, it's because that it has so much potential. It was directed by Josh Trank, like who did Chronicle, and I loved Chronicle.
Oh, Chronicle is awesome. Great movie.
Definitely so, and they both have Michael B. Jordan in it, and I love Michael B.
Oh
Jordan.
yeah, didn't Michael B. Jordan start his career there or something? Wasn't it like?
Yes, he did.
One of his first movies.
But yeah, Chronicle was one of his first movies, and it also had Dane DeHaan in it, who.
Oh, he's so good. What the problem with him? He just died out. What happened to Dane DeHaan? He hasn't been in a movie in a while.
Well, I think it didn't help that he did Amazing Spider-Man
I
2.
was gonna say, was it because he played what, the Green Goblin or something like that? He played something weird in that movie, right?
I actually remember once somebody said in a film group that I'm in that they think that he would make a good Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm like, I don't see that.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Dane DeHaan as Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah. So
I don't see that. I'm sorry, I don't.
yeah, I feel like, and another thing with Captain Marvel was she was just brought into the film to save Iron Man in the beginning, and then after that, she's pretty useless in this movie.
Yeah, she was. And it's kind of frustrating. It's because that how the end in Infinity War, he thought that she was going to play a much bigger role. So I mean, it's kind of leads up to false expectations, I guess.
Right.
But by far, the best part of the whole entire movie is what they did with Iron Man. Yeah, it was really sad that he died, but at the same time, though, with how they did it, how he died as a hero.
It's kind of how this movie had to go, because it starts off with Iron Man, right? Like he's
Right.
the first movie, and then at the end, he's the one that goes and sacrifices himself. A guy who's very selfish. You wouldn't even think for him to do something like this, and he does it. Have you all seen Detective Pikachu? No, I have not seen that movie.
I
I
haven't
don't know
seen
if Eric
either,
has.
but I actually heard that Avengers Endgame has actually beat Detective Pikachu at the box office.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I also loved how about how the filmmakers trick you, making you think that Thanos won again, but then they actually trick you like the Iron Man got the stones to do
Oh
his
yeah.
and then he said the best line in the whole entire
Yeah.
movie
He
after
said,
when
"I am Iron Man,"
I am inevitable.
which
I am Iron
he started off with also in his first movie. He ended it with his
Man.
first
Which
movie.
was so perfect.
Exactly. It was just like perfect way to end the whole saga. But the thing is, as we know, that Endgame is not the last one in this phase. It's Spider-Man: Far From Home, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
But yeah, it's just the last one with the original cast.
Yeah. So, what did you think of like the middle of the film? Like we talked about the beginning and some of the ending, but what did you think of the middle of the film?
I liked it, like I said, I liked, having some of the emotional ties, like how Iron Man went back in time and saw his dad. And I also liked going back in time and seeing, the events of the first Avengers and the first Guardians. And I thought it was funny how when Star-Lord was dancing him and then I
Oh
forget
God, yeah.
and then someone called him an idiot. That was funny.
It's
And
funny because like I have headphones like that, and I feel like I'm dancing like that sometimes.
right. I do too.
He's what's up, Cushman and Bavit?
But yeah, what did you think of the middle?
The middle to me was just like I just kept anticipating how are they going to bring the people back? When are they going to do it? I think they used Hulk only for his arm because he was strong enough to use it, and his arm just gets hurt. For the glove, remember he used the Infinity Glove. Damn, they should have destroyed that glove a long time ago.
They really should have.
Like, yeah, and but what I'll tell you this: Loki's back. He is not dead. This is what I loved about the middle of the film. Everybody talked about Loki's dead. There's no way he's coming back. I told people, watch, Loki will make a comeback, and he did. How he did?
What's funny is that I actually was one of those people saying, "Okay, Loki is dead. He's not coming back." But then I actually was pleasantly surprised to see that he's not dead after all. Which I'm pretty sure I know why they did that. It's because that Loki has given Tom Hiddleston a lot of work over the years.
Is it Loki getting a TV show? Yeah, I think he is actually.
Yes, he is actually, and that's probably where they're gonna play up upon him having like that cube.
No, but we will see Loki back in the Avengers. This is not the end. Like I knew it's gonna happen because he's just So iconic, such a trickster. He just knows how to. He's a survivor, man. He
And
knows.
what's funny is to think that Loki can even cheat his own death in the franchise.
Yeah. But you see, that's one ripple of the time travel that they don't even realize that happened, I bet.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean,
That was.
explain it.
Oh, what do you think about Red Skull appearing again in this movie?
But yeah, and about that, when he said that it was not Hugo Weaving, I actually did research. I was like, okay, why didn't he come back for Infinity War or Endgame? And he said that it was because of the fact that he just didn't want to do blockbusters anymore.
What? That's his whole career.
And so then they cast the guy from the Walking Dead as Red Skull.
But wait, that makes no sense. He's Lord of the Rings, Matrix. He's done like blockbuster. I guess he's tired of blockbusters. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that is why. It's because he got tired of doing blockbusters and he just wants to do like not as high profile stuff now.
Why? I love Hugo Weaving. I think he's an excellent actor. I would cast him in a lot of different roles.
I would too if I was ever directing him in a movie. Like,
Yeah.
I actually think that, personally, I think that he actually would have made a.
I actually think yeah, Red Skull is not his fault that it's bad. It's just the writing for that movie. See, that's what I wished was when they did the first Captain America, they took their time better with it.
But I mean, at least it wasn't as bad as that 1990 Captain America movie.
Captain America 1990.
Yeah, there was a Captain America movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. I've seen that one. I've seen it.
That one was terrible. And Chris Stuckman did a review on it, and so did the Nostalgia Critic.
That's that's how I found out about it. Nostalgia Critic reviewed it, and then I saw it after that, and I agreed with most of his points.
Right, yeah, and I actually never even heard of it at that time until I saw that the Nostalgia Critic reviewed it, and then I saw it for myself. I was like, man, this is a terrible, terrible movie.
Yeah, but there's worse movies out there.
There is like there's the animated Titanic movie, which is funny. It's because that the Nostalgia Critic also did a review on that one too.
1990 Captain America's garbage. That's what this guy said. That's funny. Yeah.
And if you ever think that any of the Marvel movies or the Marvel Cinematic Universe are bad, just remember they're nowhere near as bad as the 1990 Captain America movie.
There's one movie that I could compare that's in the MCU universe, but I don't think anybody would agree with me on it.
What is it?
Thor: Dark World is one of the worst movies I have ever seen.
I never saw it, so I can't comment on it. But
Exactly.
I have heard a lot of
Eric,
bad things.
you have done yourself a favor. I think you watch that movie, you're gonna be like, Iron Man 2 and 3 are amazing. Like after watching that.
I can believe that. And
Eric, you have to watch. You know what's funny? It's so bad. It's so bad that it kind of is a little good, but it's so bad.
It shouldn't come as a surprise because it's directed by the same guy who did Terminator Genesis.
Yeah. I don't get how the hell Captain America's shield broke. Isn't it supposed to be super strong? That's what somebody said.
Strong, but just compared to some of Thanos' weapons, it was strong enough to do damage to it.
2003 Hulk is also pretty. No, 2003 Hulk was bad. Yeah, it was horrible.
But yeah, the 2003 Hulk, they shouldn't have taken it so seriously.
The funny thing is, I thought Eric Bana is a good actor. It wasn't like
I do too. It definitely wasn't his fault.
Yeah, it's also pretty bad. Yeah, definitely. But Thor: Dark World, I think it's the worst Marvel movie I've seen. Especially, I was talking about like this MCU universe.
Do you have any more final thoughts on
Avengers? My question has to do with that time travel with Captain America. I didn't like that Falcon was the guy. I thought it should have been Bucky and then maybe Falcon. But if it's Falcon then Bucky, that's fine because it's gonna be that way eventually. Or maybe Bucky never gets it. I don't know, but he's supposed to. He's supposed to be Captain America, so I don't get it. Iron Man dying was awesome. It kind of needed to happen. I love Iron Man, but he did need to die in this movie because he didn't want to do it anymore. And
Right.
it's just the perfect send off for him. And so he gets
Oh, it
best of both
is.
worlds. Cap picked up Thor's hammer. That was a really cool scene. I like that scene a lot because it proved that he's
That was
worthy.
cool.
And I remember that in Age of Ultron, he tried to pick it up and he couldn't.
Right, and so then I think that they're trying to foreshadow that in Avengers Age of Ultron.
This is a really good question, Eric. So Chad asks, "You think we're gonna get a new Thor movie? Thor is part of Guardians of the Galaxy now. So whatever Guardians movie there is, Thor's gonna be in it. So it's not gonna be a separate Thor movie. It's just gonna be Guardians."
So yeah, so it's probably safe to say that Thor Ragnarok is going to be the last like solo
Yep,
Thor movie.
the last solo Thor movie, which I'm okay with because Thor fits with the Guardians so well.
Right, he does. So I don't have a problem with that. And they also probably will try to add Thor into like the Guardians of the Galaxy ride that they have at Disneyland. They'll probably will try to add him some way somehow.
Yeah. What are your final thoughts about Avengers Endgame?
I really liked the movie. It was very emotional.
Oh wait, we didn't talk about one thing. Sorry. Before Black Widow's death. What did you think of it? Because that was a big moment in the movie.
I wasn't expecting it at all. You know,
Did you think Hawkeye was gonna die? I felt like she had to die because Hawkeye was having like an arc in the beginning.
right. So then I can see why that they killed her. I'm just surprised that they did so soon is because of how she has the movie
She has her own
coming out.
movie coming out. But her movie's a prequel, so it's okay.
Right. So that's how they're doing it. And I thought that with how they killed her, it was very, very emotional with how they did it. And it was because of how, you know, Hawkeye and Black Widow were trying to, you know, stop each other from being the one to die.
Okay, I have a serious question about Black Widow. Are you going to watch the movie when it comes out?
Black Widow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I don't see
honestly,
why not.
I'm sorry, Eric, what'd you say?
I don't see why not.
Oh, okay. I'm honestly not looking that forward to that movie, but yeah.
Are they still gonna have Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, I think she's slated to play the role, yeah. Still gonna have
But
Scarlett. Yep.
yeah,
They can't get rid
so
of Scarlett Johansson because she's so pretty. They're just gonna keep her.
right, yeah. So any more final thoughts on Endgame?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Eric. I cut you off. No, I don't. I don't have anything else. I just said, you know, I liked the movie a lot. I thought it was good. It could have been better. I see flaws in the movie. I wasn't just blinded by how good it was, but there were flaws. My rating, I want you to do this too. My rating for it is a 7.5 out of 10 because of some of the time travel flaws, some of the way that Captain America, that I didn't like. The fact that they killed Thanos, I don't know, it's kind of questionable, but they kind of worked around it. Tell me, what would be your rating for this movie and give me the reason why.
Let's see. Well, I like the movie. I liked how they were trying to make it like thrilling by, you know, trying to play with your expectations. So
Uh-huh.
I really like that. I mean, with the whole time travel thing, it was going to create some questions inevitably. So I think that they did it as best as they could. I thought that they handled the drama scenes with the more comedic, lighthearted scenes perfectly. I thought that they balanced that out very well. And
Yeah.
and I loved how like that they wrapped up Iron Man. I mean, it was so heartwarming and it was just so fulfilling.
What's the
And
score?
huh?
The score of 1 to 10.
Yeah, the score I'll give it a 8.5.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why. I like to overanalyze and overthink, and I nitpick sometimes, but you know, that's the fun of being critical with movies.
Right. So, anyways, I think that Aladdin comes out this Friday. I think.
No. It's next Friday.
Oh, next Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
It,
Yeah, I could have swore it was this
No, no,
Friday.
it's the Friday before Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I actually saw that there was like this genie toy that they released, which actually gives you like a little sneak peek for how Will Smith will sound. You know, like when he's singing, "You ain't never had a friend like me."
Say that again, Eric.
So they released this toy of like the Will Smith genie, where if you
Yeah.
push a button, you know, like it's Will Smith singing "You ain't never had a friend like me."
Oh my God. Will
It
Smith.
was
I love Will
funny.
Smith, but I don't know. I see him with the blue CGI, and I just don't like it. I don't know why.
And what's funny is that it's kind of like a mixture of him both rapping it and also singing it.
Right.
It's weird. It's just
That's I don't know. Disney is just making these remakes to make money. That's all it is. To me, I don't see any. Okay, the thing is, why are you gonna do a shot for shot remake? At least add something new or change something.
right.
Make it better. Make it, but don't like. What is the point? They're not gonna make it better than Aladdin. So it's like, what is the point? Aladdin is the
Hey
first.
man, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So it's just me right now. Eric is taking a break. So I'll address the chat. Will Smith is the worst genie ever. Why do you say that, Davey? That's kind of strong. We haven't seen the movie yet. Will Smith is. Wait, what did you give a 0? Oh, Poppy Goat said a miracle. Hey, I got a question. Why do we have 0 likes? That's kind of mean, guys. Endgame is 0? Why do you hate it so much, Darwin? I give it a 7.5. You give it an 8.5. I don't think it's a 0. Chad, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. You said do a game with Throne stream. I did one last night. I'm gonna probably do it on Wednesday or something. Papi Chulo, Chad. On Wednesday, I'm thinking about doing like a Game of Thrones predictions and all that for the final. We'll talk about the episode and like the final stuff, you know.
Hey man, back.
Go. Hey, what's up, Eric? I was just talking to the chat. Will Smith, the genie, is like a effed up version of Sonic. No. The Sonic looks worse.
But
The
yeah,
Sonic is so bad, they gotta go and fix it.
which I am very, very happy like that they're doing that because, you know,
Eric, when I saw, okay, so I did a trailer reaction. I saw the Sonic. I was shocked, and I'm pretty sure
he
you saw
looks
the video.
awful.
I was so shocked that that's what they went with.
And I'm like, seriously, you have that big of a budget, and that's the best of what you could have done.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
I agree with you 100%. I had to make a video about that because I was like, and the fact that, but you got to give them credit that they're going to change it though, because most studios wouldn't do that. Most studios would be like, just deal with it.
and I think one very, very good example would be Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh God, do we have to go there? And then people ask me, why do you hate remakes? This is the reason, because they make stuff like Ghostbusters remake, and they do it really bad.
And then also, there are also movies that we didn't even want.
Oh God, that's the thing. It's like remakes. I really don't want to see them in the theater because I feel like I'm helping their cause, you know. But then in the end, I'm like, how much am I helping? It's only like $15, whatever it is per ticket. But it's like I don't want to see Aladdin. I really don't want to see Aladdin in the theaters, but it's like I got to because I have to review it. You know, I don't want to see Lion King in the theaters because it's like helping them.
But yeah,
But
and honestly, I kind of feel like that I helped contribute to Lion King being remade is because the fact that I saw Jungle Book like 6 times in theaters.
but see, Jungle Book was done good because the original Jungle Book movie is not that special. It's okay. It's not a classic. It's not on the level of Aladdin and Lion King. Aladdin and Lion King are Disney's biggest movies, like classics, you know? And for them to just do it, redo it, and just make it live action, it doesn't, like, they're not adding anything to you. So what's the point?
Right, and also, hey, especially from
It's
the
laziness.
Lion King trailer,
Yeah.
it's like a shot-for-shot remake of it.
Oh, that's the whole point. They said, Eric, they said Aladdin and Lion King are going to be shot for shot remake. The only difference is live action. So why do I need to see it? I know everything that's going to happen.
Right.
I hope Twitter doesn't F up Sonic any more than it because they are going to produce the movie. What do you mean? How's Twitter going to mess it up? I don't understand, Damien.
Maybe they mean by making memes out of it, maybe?
Oh. No, I think what they're going to do is they're going to take one of the Sonics from the video games. I hope that's what they do. They take one of those, and I'm fine with that.
Well, what they should have done in the first place.
But I think what they were trying to do, but they failed, was trying to make it like 3D, and then they just messed up everything. I don't know what they were doing.
People also have been saying like that they did the whole thing as like a publicity stunt for the Sonic movie.
Oh, so yeah, I heard that. So there's a theory going on that they did this on purpose so that they could just say they'll fix it later, and it's like you said, like a publicity stunt, which would be crazy.
It is possible, but
It
also
is.
makes sense since that they only have like 6 months until the release of the movie.
You know, I just want to see Sonic, not even for Sonic, but I really want to see it for Jim Carrey.
Which is funny, is because there was like a pun going around saying like that Jim Carrey was going to carry the movie.
Oh, Jim Carrey's gonna carry it. You know it. Because I already could tell from looking at the trailer, this is gonna feel like a 90s Jim Carrey movie. Whenever he's on screen. I also don't like that he doesn't look like Eggman. Like, till later on, you know?
But at the same time, though, I can understand why, like, they're trying to do that to, explain like the origin of his character.
Yeah.
But at least that we finally do get him to actually look like Dr. Eggman.
Yeah. What's up, cool drummer? You love my movie takes? Awesome, thank you. Hit the like. And also check out EricVierthaler's channel. It's right here.
Right here.
It's literally in the title.
But yeah, so what one do you think is going to make more money? Lion King or Aladdin?
Oh, Lion King, for sure.
Oh yeah, that one's definitely going to make a lot more money.
But the funny thing is, I know you like Lion King more, but Aladdin was the movie you saw in the theater. That's the first one. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
That's nostalgic.
but it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that I don't remember seeing it in theaters because I was just a tiny little baby. But I did see Lion King in theaters, but that only was when it got released. So,
Damien, are you serious? Jim Carrey is the best pick, I think. He's saying Jim Carrey's not the best pick for Sonic movie. I think he's the best.
I think it was a pretty good pick. I also could see it being Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, I can see either of those two, but I love Jim Carrey. Like, I can never say, especially since like how I saw it in the trailer and he did the role. I like it. I can't, like, that's what I look forward for. Even though it's gonna be like cheesy, I'm looking for that, you know. And Cool Drummer says Sonic doesn't intrigue him. Why doesn't it intrigue you? I'm kind of curious to why it doesn't intrigue you. Because it does intrigue me. It does, because Sonic was a game that I played a lot when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, same here. And the fact that I've always wanted a Sonic movie, and I was so upset as a kid that I never got that. Now I'm finally getting it.
Yeah. I just hope it's not like Alvin and the Chipmunks type movie. That's all.
But that's also why that I worry about the Sonic movie.
Cool Dude says, I was wondering about how you feel about littering and if you ever do it yourself. What kind of question is that?
That was random.
Everybody litters. Okay. What else? What was another thing? Oh, what did you think of the It Chapter 2 trailer? Did you see it? What are your thoughts?
I thought it looked creepy. I wasn't expecting like that whole thing of like with the intro with Beverly and that one gal talking,
Uh-huh.
but I do remember the original miniseries like that. Beverly went back to her childhood home,
Yeah.
and
Right.
but yeah, and the new one definitely does look a lot creepier than the previous one, but yeah, but I liked the trailer. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really creepy. I'm really looking forward to It Chapter 2. I think that I'm so happy that they see this is where remake is done good because the original wasn't that scary, wasn't that great. People always say it's scary because they saw it when they were kids, but then when they rewatch it, they realize it wasn't good. And
And what's funny is to think that the nostalgia critic said the exact same thing in his review of it.
yeah, but I was saying this even before I saw his review because I saw it again and I was like, why did I scare? I think I was only scared because I was a child, and that's what happens. So I was so happy when they remade it. They did it so well, I thought though. And even Stephen King liked it. And Stephen King hates every movie that was done from his books pretty much.
And what's funny, I actually remember that they announced that remake back in 2009, and I was just waiting for it to come out ever since then. And I actually was starting to think that it wasn't going to happen, but then it finally happened.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Chad says, "Are you gonna see it?" Yeah, of course I'm gonna see it. I'm a horror movie fan, and that movie, the first one was really good. I thought.
I also was pleasantly surprised by how much money the last one made.
Yeah, it too really
I
doesn't.
think it made
Wait,
like
come on,
$700 million.
Eric. I just have to address the chat for 1 second. He says it too really doesn't make sense. It makes the most sense. What are you talking about? It's when they become adults,
Yeah, like
and then
why
Pennywise
doesn't
comes
that make
back.
sense?
It makes perfect sense. And
Yeah, I
then
know
they have
why it
flashbacks
makes
when you're
sense.
kids. Yeah, they're all grown-ups. That's how exactly how it was in that old movie. But in the old movie, they started out as grown-ups. And it was like Pennywise comes back, yeah, like every 20 something years, yeah.
And what's funny, back when
Oh,
they first filmed the first It Chapter 1, the actor who played Pennywise actually was 27 years old.
yeah, and also what I love about it was that they had the Nightmare on Elm Street, like
Right.
in the
And what's
background.
funny,
Oh my god, I was like clapping when I saw that, Eric, because you already know this, I'm a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan. And I want to talk to you about this. So they're thinking about remaking Nightmare on Elm Street again. What is your thoughts here?
well, before I add up on my thoughts on the second Nightmare remake, originally there was going to be a scene of Pennywise changing into Freddy.
Really?
Yeah, they were going to do it, and the reason why they changed it because they just thought it would have been too distracting.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It's because of how it was because of how like that in the original It book, Pennywise would change into all of, like the Universal monster characters like Frankenstein, Dracula.
But Freddy, like, I don't think Freddy would be somebody who he would change into. I mean, it's a pretty cool idea, but
But I mean, he would change into it because he was a character that was relevant, and and the kids were afraid of him.
it's so
But
funny to think that like Nightmare on Elm Street almost didn't happen because it was such a low budget film. They didn't think it would work out, and stood the test of time. Taylor S says she's a huge Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Me too. I'm huge. That's my favorite horror villain.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely a big fan too. But yeah, to add up all my thoughts on the second remake,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be another remake because we already got a remake, and
They said it's a remake of the first one and the remake. To get like,
I think it's just going to be a reboot of the franchise, kind of like how Batman Begins was a reboot of the Batman franchise. But it
but who are they
just
gonna get
wasn't.
to play Freddy? That's the question.
That's the one that I was going to bring up. Robert Englund did say that he would come back as Freddy one last time, but since it's going to be a franchise,
Yeah, you can't just have Robert Englund then switch it to somebody else.
right? Yeah. So I guess as a compromise, they could have Robert Englund as like a supporting character.
Right.
They could do it that way. I mean, granted, would I want Robert Englund to do another movie? Hell yeah.
Of course.
But
You
yeah,
guys,
who I think they should get, I
yeah.
personally think that they should go with somebody who's an unknown.
Really? I think. What about Paul Giamatti? Just thinking of a name
Paul
here.
Giamatti as Freddy Krueger?
Why not? He's bald. He's kind of creepy looking.
Huh.
Chuck
I
Sharks.
never,
Chuck Sharks asks us if we're. Are you excited for Spider-Man: Far From Home? I think.
yeah,
I think everybody is. It's the last Avengers movie.
I did enjoy a Spider-Man Homecoming, and I am a Spider-Man fan, so and so I'm excited for it. I mean, it'll just be the last Marvel movie like in this phase before they go into the next phase. They
Yeah.
announced the slate of movies, but
I think they should have made Endgame the last one though in the phase.
yeah, I do too.
It's called Endgame. Like, how do you then have like something after it?
Right, and now I'm curious what the next movies in the phase in the next phase are.
Yeah, but it's kind of sad. No more Steve Rogers. No more Iron Man.
Right, it is pretty sad, but I mean, they had to. But I mean, they had to move on eventually.
Can't wait for Godzilla. Yes, of course.
Oh yeah, that one's I'm very excited for. That's actually my most anticipated movie of the whole entire year.
Yeah, for me, it's Joker. I could see why Godzilla would be yours,
Uh-huh.
and I respect it. Godzilla's one of mine too, but for me, it's Joker first.
Right.
Only because the trailer looked so good, like, and the fact that Bruce Wayne is in the movie, like, I want to see how that's gonna work out.
Okay, so here's their slate of upcoming movies: Spider-Man Academy, Doctor Strange, Illuminati, whatever, Guardians Volume 3, Black Widow, Leviathan, The Mighty Thor. Oh, so they actually are doing a fourth Thor
Yeah,
movie.
but who knows? The Guardians may be in that movie.
Probably.
Because
Then
remember, Thor Ragnarok had Hulk in it, so.
then they're doing the Fantastic Four reboot. Let's hope they
Well,
finally make a good movie.
Eric, I gotta address the chat here for a second. They're talking about my Joker movie. Joker looks dumb. Joker sucks ass. Why? Give me a reason. If you're gonna say something like that, that's okay. But you gotta give me a reason to why you think that movie's not gonna be good.
Right.
Anyway, so
I personally think it's going to be good. I mean, they got
they got one of the best actors to play Joker. What the hell?
and they also got a pretty competent producer and a competent director.
Yeah. Anybody can say anything sucks, but you gotta have a reason. Anyway, so what were you saying, Eric? Sorry to cut you off. You just got me a little, little upset
they're
there.
doing the Fantastic Four reboot, and let's hope that it's finally actually good this time, because that all of the other past attempts at Fantastic Four were all disastrous.
I just think Fantastic Four is hard to do, but also now Marvel will have to do it, so it'll be better. I feel because Marvel they know how to do their own films.
But yeah, because it's Marvel, I think it finally has a chance to at least be decent.
Yeah, yeah.
Then they're doing the Wasp escape from the microverse.
Okay.
Then they're doing Black Panther's Secret Empire.
Oh God, yeah. I'm looking
Then they're
forward to that.
then they're doing Spider-Man Dimensions.
Oh my
Then they're
God.
doing Nova. Then they're doing Captain Marvel and the
You know what?
Valkyries.
Do you think we will see Carnage in Spider-Man? I would love to see Carnage in Spider-Man.
I sure hope so.
Why
I
has this
think that
not
that would be
happened?
cool.
Like we've seen Venom and we've seen a really bad Venom in Spider-Man, but we've never seen Carnage. Why hasn't this happened?
I heard that they're gonna have Carnage in the sequel to Venom.
Yeah,
I
sequel
think
to Venom. But I'm talking about Carnage with Spider-Man because it's weird for me to have Carnage without Spider-Man in the movie.
right. I mean, that's like saying that you're gonna have the Riddler without Batman.
Yeah.
But
What's
yeah,
up, Tender? We're just talking movies now because we finished the Avenger talk.
they're
Yeah, we're
doing Ant-Man versus the Masters of Evil, Warlock, the Thunderbolts. Then they're gonna be doing Avengers X.
oh my God. There's a lot of movies slated.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But right now, I'm looking forward to what DC is going to do. I feel like they're on a hot streak of good movies. So let's just hope that they come out with another good one.
But yeah, I do think that DC's finally getting back on.
Yeah, they're getting on track. But it's
yeah,
funny because
finally.
it's for their lesser known superheroes that they're getting on track for.
Which is funny, but I mean, at least that their other characters are finally having a chance to, get some recognition
Yeah, but I
rather
mean,
than just Batman and Superman.
oh,
All
but there
the
is a
time.
Batman movie in 2021 coming out.
Yeah,
they just
isn't that the one
they
by
still
Matt
haven't told
Reeves?
us who Batman is, I think.
Yeah, isn't that the one by Matt Reeves?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Ben Affleck when he left, and he gave it to Matt Reeves.
But yeah, how do you feel
Which,
about Ben Affleck leaving?
I was very upset about it. I thought he was a good Batman, but I understand why because they probably wanted a younger Batman, and he was kind of frustrated because everybody was rushing him to do the movie, and he wanted to take his time. And I heard that he was bothered a lot, like because he was Batman by some fans.
Right, and the fact that he was under so much pressure and
Pressure, yeah, that's another thing. And I guess he didn't realize Batman. I don't care what anybody says. Batman is the biggest superhero in terms of box office, in terms of like people expect a lot, especially after the Dark Knight trilogy.
right.
And that's why when Batman versus Superman it flopped. Joker looks like a damn lame clown that doesn't do anything and gets beat up. No, that's the point. Is he's gonna start off that way? It's a Joker like origin film.
Uh-huh. I kind of think that Ben Affleck didn't really know what he got himself into when he signed up for Batman.
Yeah, he really didn't. But yeah, I was really looking forward to his Batman movie, but it's not gonna happen now. So
I was too, and it sucks because Ben Affleck has proven himself
to be a
to be
good
like
director and
a
a good
very,
writer.
very.
Yeah.
I know that he would have made like a great Batman movie, but it just now sucks that we'll never see that.
Yeah. Damien, they only showed you that he gets beaten up in the trailer, but he will fight back later on. And that's just the beginning to show that he gets pissed off because he just keeps getting beaten up.
Right. Yeah. I've been hearing all the good reviews of the new Godzilla.
Yeah. It's probably going to be pretty good. We need Gotham show back? No, Gotham show is over.
Yeah, that show ended is because Batman became Batman. So
yeah. No, trust me, this Joker movie is gonna change your whole mind. I think, Damien, you have to give it a chance. yeah. All right, give me like 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Well, yeah. Doesn't the Joker movie come out in like October?
Joker comes out, yeah, October.
I thought so.
hmm
But yeah, that's one I'm excited to see. And didn't Todd Phillips even do like a few comedies? Like, didn't he do
Yeah, he
one?
did The Hangover, so it's kind of funny to see that he's gonna do the Joker film.
Yeah, didn't he also do Old School with Will Ferrell?
Yeah, he did.
And he also did Borat. And so it's interesting how he's mostly done comedies, and now he's doing something more dark like the Joker.
Right.
Maybe he just wanted to branch out, I guess.
Uh huh.
But yeah, isn't Martin Scorsese going to produce it?
He's gonna produce the movie.
Yeah, because I saw that his name has attached to it.
Which movie is he gonna produce?
Joker.
Oh, yeah, possibly, but I don't think that he's gonna have any real say in it or anything.
Right, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go, guys, but
All right, man.
we will
Thank you
talk.
for doing
We'll,
this movie
yeah,
talk, and
we'll
we'll.
do this again. Uh, we'll talk about the next time. This was fun to talk about, and the next time we'll talk more about all the other movies.
All right, man. You have a fantastic night.
Yep, you too. Everybody, good night. Take care. Bye.
Later.